The question today is how many times? My name is Mary Fran. This is No Excuses, and it is a place about my weight loss, my journey to being healthy, and my journey to living an amazing life. And my thought that kept going through my head today was how many times? And it came in for a couple different ways. How many times? How many times am I going to gain a little bit of weight and have my knees ache and yet still eat like a crazy loon? How many times am I going to eat so much that I feel sick? How many times am I going to let this weight come back on and struggle? How many? But that's not the biggest how many I have. The biggest how many is how many times am I going to get a sign and see things happen in the world around me, but ignore it? I turned 50 last December. I'm going to be 51 here soon. And it seems like starting shortly after I turned 50, I started seeing things on social media. Started about 4 or 5 months ago, I don't know exactly when, with a gal that I knew from high school who was also 50 years old. And she had triple, maybe quadruple bypass surgery, heart surgery. And she did survive, but I'm just like, dude, that's my age. She's 50 years old. What in the world? And it made me sit back and go, I'm not in good shape. I'm overweight. I haven't been really awesome about my exercise as of late. And I'm like, I've got to do something. And it was kind of a little bit of a wake-up call. But I didn't change my ways. In my head, I was worried about it, going, oh man, I know somebody that had a open heart surgery and a bypass and blah, 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 and I really need to get myself in. And I kept talking about, I really need to do that. Oh, I really need to do that. But I didn't do it. And this morning, it was like 5 o'clock. I had just brought the dog back inside after her first potty break. And I sat down and I flipped through social media. Somebody that I knew from college, on her 50th birthday, had open heart surgery. That's 2 people in the last couple months that are my age that have had major surgery, heart surgery. How many times am I going to have to see this before I get the wake-up call? Sadly, the second person actually did not make it. She has actually passed away, and that's very sobering. It's very sobering. You know, I don't know what she's struggling with. It's been a lot of years since college. And so I don't know if she had weight issues, health issues. I don't know what. Well, obviously she had health issues, but I don't know what the backstory is. But I know my backstory. I know that I have struggled with my weight since I was 12 years old, 10 years old, right around there. I know that I've been lucky with very, very few weight loss related illnesses. Actually, very few illnesses whatsoever. Sure, my knees hurt. I have arthritis in my knees. But I don't have any other major illnesses. I'm not fighting diabetes. I'm not saying that I'm not pre-diabetic, and I'm not saying that I'm very close to being pre-diabetic. But I'm not fighting it. There's no need for medicine. There's no need for anything like that. I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky in the fact that even at my highest weight of 300 some pounds, I was still somewhat active. I was still riding a bike. I was still being active. And I think that has helped me. But I'm 50 years old. My contemporaries, people that I went to school with, are starting to struggle with health problems. It's sobering. And it's time for me to actually at least try to do something to combat, to counteract the fact that I'm 50 and these issues are going to come in. It might be too late, admittedly. I might have already done too much damage. But it's time. Because the answer to the question, how many times am I going to say I'm going to restart? How many times am I going to have to hear that somebody I know that's my age has had major heart surgery? How many times am I going to have to get the message that my knees hurt because I am eating too much and I've gained weight? The answer, as many as it takes. No excuses.